Hello everyone, welcome to another episode with Rucybaby. What I have to say for today's episode is something that not everyone is going to agree with me. Not everyone is going to be okay with it. But it's fine, I still have to say it. Dear ladies and gentlemen, don't marry for love. Why? Because love is not enough. You could be madly in love with someone and still end up in a draining, toxic, and disappointing marriage. So, yes, love is not enough. So, if not love, then what? What should you marry for? In order to find that out, you have to stick around to the very end of today's episode to find out this truth, because it's definitely going to save you from heartbreak or even something worse like divorce. People will always say that love conquers all. Even when you watch the movies, like all these romantic movies, it will still teach you that love conquers all. Even all these fairy tales told us that once love is there, it conquers everything, and everything magically falls in place and everything. Good. But let me tell you the truth. Love is an emotion, and emotions are unstable. You could be crazily in love with someone today, and for any reason, you could resent that same person tomorrow, because love is an emotion. Emotions could be unstable at any time. And that is why some people cheat. That is why some people get separated from their spouse. That is why some people divorce someone that they swore to love forever. So, my dear singles, do not marry for love. There are so many other reasons that are more important. Don't just marry for love. Marry for vision, for shared vision. Marry for values. Marry for alignment. In fact, let's just dive into what we have for today's episode. What should you marry for? And so that you understand that these things I'm about to mention will definitely outlast love every single time. But of course, before I begin what we have for today's episode on what you should marry for, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also like and comment on my videos as well. Thank you so much for that. So like I said before, don't marry for love. So what should you marry for? Don't just marry for love. Not like love is not important. Love is very, very important, of course. But don't just marry for love. So what are the things you should marry for? Marry for alignment and not just emotion. Because the emotion will bring the both of you together, but the alignment will keep the both of you together. You see? So, I know of a lady that, okay, she loved her man, they were in a relationship, they loved each other, but they did not have 100% alignment. They don't have shared values in a particular area. The lady wanted kids, but the guy didn't. So they thought that, okay, she felt that maybe along the line that the guy is going to change his mind because she really loved the guy. You understand? So they thought that love is going to bridge the gap, and with time the guy will just, give in without even clarifying all those things they should clarify before getting married. Do you know something as serious out as not wanting to have kids? It's not something that you should allow love to bridge for you. It is something that you guys need to talk about and even decide, conclude before saying I do. But no, they didn't. When they finally got married, they were struggling because they did not have alignment before getting married. For years, in fact, for over 5 years, they were struggling on this same matter of one person wanting to have kids and the other person doesn't want it. So love blinded them into incompatibility. So you see that love is not just enough. So it was love that brought the both of them together. But you see, their values did not align. For just that reason, some people have broken up for just that reason. It's a reason that is good enough to break up. One person wants to have kids, but the other person doesn't. It's enough reason. There are people that have separated from their partners like at the relationship stage. Oh, it's a very good reason. So the alignment is very important, not just the emotion. Marry someone that shares your values. Why is this very important? Because values shape choices, and choices shape life. You could be madly in love with someone that is a chronic cheat, a chronic liar, but no amount of love will fix that. In fact, I know of a guy that he believes in loyalty so much. He believes in integrity, loyalty, personal value. But he got married to a woman that doesn't believe in loyalty. Like this woman, she doesn't believe that one partner can ever be enough. So she was seriously cheating on your husband. And they were having issues with this. She loves the husband so much. If you ask her, she will tell you that she loves her husband so much. She doesn't play with the husband at all. But you see loyalty. She doesn't believe in it. She doesn't believe that one man can be enough for her. You see, the mind is very powerful. That is her mindset. But what good is love without integrity? They kept on having issues in that marriage, even with all the love. She respects her husband, she loves her husband, but you see that loyalty, faithfulness, zero. So you see, it's very important to marry someone that shares your values. If you believe in loyalty, marry someone that believes in loyalty. You understand? So it's very, very important because it can cost you your marriage if you marry someone that doesn't share your values. Marry for character and not just chemistry. Why is this very important? Because chemistry fades, but character doesn't. The character of a person is that person's personality. So that one is what will stay forever. You see some ladies, they'll be like, oh my gosh, once the guy gives me butterflies in my tummy, I'm already in love with him. He's fun to be with. He's good looking. He's this, he's that. He makes me want to fall in love. He gives me butterflies in my tummy. He's charming. My dear, the difference between charming and harming is letter C. So you have to be careful. It is not just butterflies in your tummy. Butterflies in your tummy is not enough for marriage. Yes, take it from me, it's not enough. Because when those storms will come, when character needs to save your marriage, if you don't have it, that marriage will crumble. The marriage will be negatively affected. And you'll see that those butterflies in your tummy will not be able to save that marriage at that point. So consider the person's character more than the number of butterflies in your tummy. It's very important, please. What should you marry for? Marry the mission and not just the moment. You need to ask yourself, can I build together with this person? That's a very important question that many people do not ask themselves. Or is it just fun that you guys are going to be having all the days of your marriage? Don't you have plans of building things? Don't you have visions, goals to achieve in that marriage? Because some people just get married because, some people just get married because, okay, some people get married to a particular person just because that person is fun to be with. The person is their gist partner or their party buddy, their paddy. So they just got married to the person because they feel like they laugh together, party together, eat together, and all those things. It's good to marry a friend though. It's good to marry someone that you can easily rapport with. I'm not against it. But what I'm saying, that is not just enough. You need to find out how that person sees his or her future. Because you could marry someone, okay, because both of you are college sweethearts, both of you party together, but you don't know that that person doesn't have the same mindset with you. The person might be a person that loves to party. No plans for the future. The person doesn't even want to get married. The person just wants to have fun all through his or her youthful age. But you want a friend in a partner, yes, but you also want someone you can build together. You want someone you can have fun with. But you also want someone that sees and understands the mission. That someone that has goals and visions to achieve, even in the midst of all that fun. So it's very important to consider other things and not just the love. Marry someone that will choose you every day of that marriage, and not just someone that will choose you occasionally. Because love is not just felt. Love should be demonstrated every day of your marriage. It's very important. Do you know that there are some marriages where immediately after the honeymoon, the love, the love was no longer hot as it used to be? Maybe immediately after the honeymoon, maybe they just stop making effort, stop showing up, stop listening to their partner. That energy that they used to give to their partner, it wasn't just there anymore. Just after honeymoon, like at such early stage of their marriage. Shy. Marry someone that will choose you every day, because this forever something. Forever is a long time to spend with just one person. So it's very important that you make the right choice. See, a real love is a verb and not just a vibe. Marry someone that can stand with you even in the midst of conflict, because there are times when your marriage could face storms, and that is when you understand that love is not just enough. Because how you handle those times is very important. It will determine a lot in your marriage. Are you the type that whenever you have disagreement with your partner, you settle for a silent treatment, shutting down, ignoring your partner, walking out, giving your partner attitude, throwing tantrums and all those kind of things? Love is not enough. Because reacting that way in the midst of conflict is definitely going to affect the love that your partner has for you. It's when you understand that love cannot survive poor conflict resolution. So marry someone that can handle conflict is very, very important. Even if the conflicts don't come, but let the person have the right mindset. Let the person have the right mindset on how to handle conflict, how to handle storms maturely in your marriage. Marry for maturity. It is very, very important. Not just for how much fun you can have, but how much growth you can have. See, getting married to someone that is emotionally mature is very, very important. Because if you marry someone that is emotionally immature, it can be really bad and it can be really frustrating and annoying. Just see it in that person's character. You see the person displaying signs of immaturity, such a thing can be really annoying. You're trying to explain to the person about the character, and the person will just say that you're nagging. Being in a relationship or being married to such a person can be really, really annoying. It can even affect the love that you have for that person. So you see, emotional maturity is very, very important, because maturity is much more important than attraction. In fact, the person's level of maturity can even make you love the person. When you love someone and that person is immature, it can make you not to love the person anymore. So maturity should be highly considered. Marry someone you can respect, and of course, someone that respects you. Love without respect will definitely turn into resentment. People can be in a relationship, they love each other so much, they respect each other so much, but there are things that when you do, your partner will lose the respect that they have for you. I know of a lady, she's in a relationship with a guy, but she suddenly lost respect for that guy, because the guy began to put up some characters that she did not comprehend anymore. He doesn't show up for her anymore. He doesn't care about her. He's lazy about some things, how avoids work, doesn't own up to responsibilities, always shifting blame. There are some little things in his character that made her lose the respect that she has for him. Not like she did not love the guy, but she just lost respect because of what was in the guy's character. You see? So love is not enough, because once you don't respect the person, you can no longer love that person. And of course, to the ladies, you know that respect equals love to men. If you love a man, you have to respect him. If you say you love a man, you don't respect him, it means you don't love him, because love equals respect to men. So love is very important. In fact, in general, what I'm trying to say is that love is more like the oxygen to long-term love. So love and respect goes hand in hand. If you love a person, you should respect the person. If you respect the person, it means that you love the person. So it's very important. Marry for discipline and not just desire. Because desire will definitely bring the both of you together, but discipline is what will keep your home. How you manage money, how you own up to your responsibilities in your marriage, how you handle conflict, all these things lies on how disciplined you are. There are people that when they were dating, they looked so perfect in the eyes of their partner. They were just perfect for each other. Everything was just going well. The desire was really amazing. The love was just shocking them and all of that. But when they now finally got married, any act of indiscipline became a problem. You see? So desire is amazing, it's exciting, but my dear, discipline is essential, because discipline is what will keep your home in the long run. Marry someone that has the willingness to grow with you. There will always be growth. There will always be changes in marriage. So the willingness to change, to adapt, to evolve to that change is very, very important. So you should marry someone that has that willingness to grow with you, because growth should be mutual in marriage. Because if both of you don't grow together, if the growth is not mutual, the both of you could end up emotionally divorced, even if you're not legally and physically divorced in that marriage. It happens a lot in so many marriages. The one person could just check out. If one person is growing and the other person is just stuck, it affects the marriage. So it's very important that the growth is not just there, but it is mutual. That is the point I'm trying to make. It should be mutual. If it's not mutual, then that gap will break the both of you, either emotionally or physically. Look, I'm not saying that love doesn't matter. What I'm saying is that love is not enough. Yes, because of course love is beautiful, love is powerful, but love is more like the decoration, what you used to decorate that marriage. But if you say that love is enough, what will hold that marriage when the love is weak? It's not the alignment, the values, the maturity. So yes, love is not enough. Marry for emotional safety. Look, love means nothing when you cannot even open up and speak your truth. Emotional safety is very important. If your partner opens up to you about their secret pain, do not shut them down. Do not mock them for it. If not, your partner too can begin to shrink emotionally. And when that happens, in fact, see, a marriage without emotional safety will simply lead to slow emotional death. So emotional safety is very, very important. Marry someone that believes in what you believe. Marry someone with shared beliefs, shared values. It is very important. Because if you marry someone that doesn't believe in what you believe, there can never be 100% peace in your marriage. Especially in areas of religion, marriage, purpose. Yes. There are so many religions in the world. So people have their own belief. See, it's very, very important, especially in the area of religion. It is very, very important to marry someone that believes in what you believe in when it comes to spiritual things. Because the spiritual life of your marriage is very important. If you marry someone that doesn't believe in what you believe in, there will definitely be constant war. Especially when it comes to values, purpose, religion, marriage. If you see, there are people and their own ideology. Everybody and their own mindset. Not everybody believes in the same thing, even in marriage. There are people that have the mindset that a man should not have one woman to himself. That as in, like, one woman can never be enough for a man. You understand? So a man with such a mindset and a woman that believes in one man, one wife should not get married if they cannot align their beliefs and their values, because they don't have shared beliefs. So people should get married to people that they have shared beliefs and values with, to avoid unnecessary war in marriage. Marry someone that can apologize. It's very important. You don't know how important it is until your partner hurts you and don't apologize and even be justifying their actions. It can be really painful. See, love without humility becomes manipulation. If you're married and you don't know how to apologize, you find it very difficult to say, I am sorry. To apologize to your partner whenever you hurt your partner. Better go and learn it. If not, you end up in a one-sided marriage. Because love without repentance is abusive. Marry for consistency and not just intensity. The intensity of the love at the beginning is sweet, it's amazing, it's nice. But the consistency matters more than the intensity. Maybe at the beginning of the relationship or at the marriage stage, it's always really amazing with the nice gestures, sending love messages, sending flowers. All those things are nice. But the consistency is very important. It's the consistency that reveals the commitment. So it's not just how well you start at the beginning, but the consistency matters more. A very important point on what should you marry for, not just for love. Marry for vision. This vision is very, very important. See, this point is very, very important. Because a marriage without vision, without goals, doesn't have anything to achieve. Marry someone that has somewhere that they are going to, someone that has something to achieve in the nearest future. If as a woman you marry a man that doesn't have future, no goals, no plans, nothing, my dear, you end up planning alone, dreaming alone, working alone. And it can be really draining. It can be really frustrating. In fact, you end up babysitting an adult. Vision gives purpose to love. So having a vision, having goals for yourself, for your marriage, with your partner is very, very important. Pray for compatibility in lifestyle. This is very, very important. Because both of you are not compatible in lifestyle, there will definitely be war in that marriage. See, compatibility is not boring. Compatibility is peace. And every home, every marriage deserves that peace. So if you really want to enjoy that peace in your marriage, consider compatibility in every area. More importantly, in lifestyle, so that you can enjoy your home. And finally, for today's episode, marry someone that brings you peace and not pressure. So it's very important that you marry someone that gives you peace of mind. If at the relationship stage, for example, the both of you don't give each other peace, there is no peace. You guys are not yet married though. There is no peace just between the both of you all the time. One person is always making the other person to feel like they're not good enough. Maybe the man always makes the woman feel like she's not enough. If she's fat, it's a problem. Okay, she decides to lose weight, it's still a problem. You make your woman always want to feel like she needs to earn your love. Always make the woman feel like she's not good enough. No. Love that puts pressure on you is not true love. That is control. So marry someone that gives you peace of mind. Because this forever something is indeed a long journey. So in summary, what I'm trying to say is that love is not enough. I'm not trying to say that love is not needed. Of course, love is very much needed. What I'm saying that just to love is not enough, because when the storms will come, the amount of love would not be at the same when the storms weren't there. So other things are very, very much important, and it needs to be considered. So yes, I stand on what I'm saying. Love is not enough. But I also want to hear from you guys. What do you think? Is love indeed enough for marriage? Kindly drop your answers in the comment section. I'll be waiting. So that is all for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching my video today. Thanks so much for listening. And please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. All those that have not subscribed, also like and comment on my videos as well. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next episode.